Hey everyone, I've been looking at the internet lately and it seems like people have been making these lists. I don't know if you've seen them or not, but I thought I'd give it a shot and do one of my own. So check it out.
Have I failed to impress you? Could've sworn that wine and running for me too, but it's fine! It's fine! It's fine! It's fine!
Recently, we finished Season 2 of the next chapter of the Avatar saga, The Legend of Korra, and I'm already excited for Season 2. I hadn't seen The Last Airbender when I watched it, but I was blown away by the world they created. On top of the eye-popping animation, the story was interesting, and all the references to the adventures of Aang and his group made me want to find out more. My whistle wet, I dove into the back catalog, and episode by episode, I was really drawn into the world of Avatar. The Tales of the Last Airbender combine the best elements of many different stories to create a rich tapestry that is as enjoyable as it is engrossing. It's the story of Aang, a boy displaced from his own time who awakes to find the world change. As he struggles to come to terms with this, a terrible destiny rushes to meet him. The supporting characters are just as amazing, and all have their own personalities, motivations, and stories that really allow them to shine. Some of my favorites are Toph and Sokka, and I love seeing either one of them get in a line or steal the spotlight. Far and away, though, my favorite character was the character of Iroh, and I think this was no small part thanks to the performance of Mako, who provided the voice. After Mako's death following Season 2, Iroh's character was voiced by another actor, but it was never really the same, and his character role in Season 3 was significantly reduced until he was pretty much written out, except for an appearance in the final little saga story, 4 episodes. But enough of this moping and gloom, because Avatar is an amazing show. So I'm here to pay tribute to it by counting down my top 5. Why 5? Because that's as high as I can count on my fingers. Number 5, The Ember Island Players. From Book 3, this is the last episode before the 4-part series finale, and I have to say, this is the perfect episode to have before everything hits the fan. Our group of heroes are taking a break to gather their energy before the final showdown. While they are relaxing, they find out that a group of local performers is putting on a play about their exploits, so they go to watch it. That's the whole premise for the episode, but the execution is very clever. We are almost presented with a flashback episode, but since it's being told by people who weren't there, some of the details are a little off. Seeing everyone react to how they are portrayed is priceless. The standout moments for me are all of Toph's reactions throughout the episode, as well as Sokka meeting the actor who is playing him and giving him some pointers. On top of that, it sets up everything for a finale that leaves you with a bittersweet feeling that things are coming to an end. Overall, a smart and fun way to begin the end of the series, and a great place to begin our list. Number 4, The Northern Air Temple. From Book 1, this is the episode that I knew I really liked this show, and that I was probably going to watch it all the way through. Don't get me wrong, I was enjoying Avatar before this point, but this was the episode where I really wanted to find out what was going to happen to Aang. Having him return to a place that was once known to him, and that he thought would be the same, only to find it literally being overtaken by the future in the form of technology, was a powerful image, and it helped me really empathize with Aang's situation. I felt angry like he did when he saw his holy relics being destroyed to make way for progress, and found that the resolution at the end was very satisfying and very in line with Aang's Buddhist beliefs. Also, before this episode, I was worried that the show was going to constantly end with Team Avatar flying away. This episode ends with a little teaser that puts all my fears to rest. Overall, a great look at our protagonist, and an episode that's sure to leave an impact. Number 3, Avatar Day. This episode is from Book 2, and I gotta say that Book 2 was far and away my favorite. Everything was just perfect at this point, and even though I liked Book 3 and enjoyed the eventual resolution, it never really reached the heights of Season 2. For me, Avatar Day is the best episode that follows the kind of standard formula of the show. It starts off with Team Avatar coming across a village that is celebrating Avatar Day, and at first it seems like it's going to be a good thing, but then it's revealed that the village actually hates the Avatar and blames him and all of his previous incarnations for the murder of one of their ancient leaders. What ensues is a CSI-style episode led by Inspector Sokka as they try to solve a crime from the past. At the same time, Zuko is struggling with his new life, and his growing resentment at the world is starting to consume him. The increasing rift between him and Iroh has some powerful moments, and by the end, I really felt bad for Iroh because all he wants is the best for Zuko. Another great episode that had laughs, excitement, emotion, and leaves you feeling a little more connected to the characters. Number 2, The Tales of Ba Sing Se. Another episode from Book 2, and this one really blew me away the first time I saw it. I couldn't believe that they had packed so much into one episode. They crammed 6 different stories into 20 minutes, and none of it feels rushed. That's a pretty amazing feat on its own, but the individual episodes are really awesome too. This episode really reminds me of 22 Tales from Springfield from The Simpsons because of the way we get to see characters that we've gotten to know just kind of going about their lives. We get to see what they're like when they're not saving the world. But there are 2 episodes that really stand out and impress me. The first was The Tale of Iroh. It's a neat little slice of life that really shows off the character. But the part that really impresses me is the use of a simple song, Leaves from the Vine, to convey 2 very different emotions. The first time we hear it, it's an upbeat tune that's full of joy, and Iroh uses it to cheer up a crying child.
Little soldier boy, come marching home, brave soldier boy, comes marching home.
However, the second time we hear it at the end, it's much sadder and really shows another side of a character that's usually cheerful and positive.
Little soldier boy, come marching home, brave soldier boy, comes marching home.
The performance by Mako as Iroh is amazing, and the episode is dedicated to him since he passed away after recording the part but before it aired. On a lighter side though, the other tale that really stood out for me was the tale of Momo. This was a really great and fun little story, but what made it different was that there was almost no talking for the whole episode. Everything that the viewer needs to know is told through the expression and motions of the animals. The chases were well put together, and the action really made my heart race. When I was watching it though, I wondered if all the kids who watched this episode got the joke about the Asian man cooking up the cats. Chinese food, anyone? The ending is also a nice touch, because I missed Appa, and I was starting to get frustrated that they hadn't been looking for him. This also sets us up and leads directly into my favorite episode, which is number 1, Appa's Lost Days. I cannot say enough good stuff about this episode. Also from Book 2, this episode isn't just the number 1 episode of Avatar for me, but it's one of the best episodes of any animated show that I've seen. This is an epic story, and in 20 minutes they cover almost an entire month. It really gave the artists of the series a chance to show off. The whole episode is told from the perspective of Appa, and since he can't talk at all, his thoughts have to be shown to the viewer through his actions and expressions. The people at the show did a really good job of this, and I was totally immersed in his journey to be reunited with his best friend. The standout moment for me was when the Kyoshi warriors find Appa and he doesn't trust people anymore after all he's been through. It really gets me every time and brings a tear to my eye. I mean, how could anybody be so mean to Appa? A little trivia note. There wasn't much bleeding in this show, but Appa was so beat up in this episode that this is one of the few times that they actually used him. Overall, it's the scope of this episode and the fact that they went out on a limb and tried something different that really makes it stand out and gives it my top spot. In my opinion, they succeeded in every way to create something that really makes an impact. Well, that about wraps it up for this list. I tried to keep it relatively spoiler-free, but if you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor and check it out. If you have, then let me know what some of your top episodes are. I'm always interested to hear what the other fans are thinking. Until next time, thanks for watching The High Five.
Two lovers forbidden from one another. A war divides their people, and a mountain divides them apart. Built a path to be together. Yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but then it goes, secret tunnel, through the mountain, secret tunnel.